believe that they gave me a raw deal because this industry is a monster.
Elon Musk and 50 Cent just dropped a straight-up truth bomb, and now the whole industry is rattled. The wild part? Diddy was never the real boss. He's just the smokescreen. The real power player hiding behind all this makes the Epstein list look like light work. If you thought Diddy was the final boss, you've been chasing the wrong target this entire time. Elon Musk isn't just talking slick anymore. He's allegedly lining up with 50 Cent to expose who's really been running this empire from behind the curtain. And this is where things get crazy. While 50's been loud about the parties and teasing his documentary, Elon's sitting on something way more dangerous. The data, the receipts, and access to thousands of private DMs from Twitter, now X. That could flip Hollywood upside down. This isn't rumor talk. This is digital paper trails that don't disappear. What you're about to see is a 3-level power pyramid. At the bottom, Jay-Z and Beyonce. In the middle, heavy hitters like Oprah and Clive Davis. And sitting at the very top, one name nobody expected, hiding in plain sight the whole time. This ain't about rappers or record labels anymore. This runs all the way to the pulpit, and 50 Cent's been warning people about it for months. Before we climb this power pyramid, you gotta understand why Diddy's situation goes way bigger than hip-hop. This isn't about his background or resume, it's about why this case shook the entire culture. This is the part you click for, so let's get straight to it. Everybody knows 50 Cent dropped his Diddy documentary, The Reckoning, because nobody else in the industry wanted to open their mouth. People were scared, tied up, or straight up being controlled behind the scenes. And 50 said something that really cut deep. He made it clear that staying silent would make hip-hop look like it was co-signing Diddy's behavior.
It's the same monster that these Me Too trying to tell you about. But they hate the monster for how it, and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster.
Nobody else was speaking up, so he felt like he had no choice but to step in and say something. That alone says a lot about how deep this goes. Now here's where things take a real dark turn. Diddy allegedly had over 250 hidden cameras inside his home. Let that sink in. Reports claim those cameras were recording everything at those so-called freak-off parties. Insiders like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have said this wasn't about entertainment, it was protection. That footage allegedly worked as blackmail insurance. That's how the power stayed locked in place. That's how he allegedly kept people in line. And now reports say those tapes are being quietly passed around Hollywood, and big names are straight up nervous. You can feel the panic in the air. But here's the real question. Yuma, why does Elon Musk stepping into this change everything? Because Elon owns X, formerly known as Twitter. That means he potentially has access to years of private DMs, messages between celebrities, politicians, and top industry power players. We're talking conversations people never thought would see daylight. When Elon sat down with Joe Rogan, he didn't just dance around the topic. He openly called people out. He brought up Jennifer Lopez, who's been very vocal, warning the public about Trump. But Elon asked the question nobody else had the nerve to say out loud. How many people did she warn? 0. Not one public warning. And yeah, let's not forget, J-Lo was Diddy's ex-girlfriend. Elon said it straight up. Maybe her opinion shouldn't be taken at face value. That single comment set the internet on fire. Because if someone that close to Diddy never spoke up, what does that really mean? Either she didn't know, which feels hard to believe, or she knew something and stayed silent. And if she stayed silent, you gotta ask why. What was being protected? Or better yet, who was being protected? That question alone opens a whole new door. Now let's start climbing this pyramid. Level 1 puts Jay-Z and Beyonce at the bottom. And yeah, that sounds wild. But don't get comfortable yet, because the names above them get even heavier. Jaguar Wright went on Piers Morgan and said things many believe she wasn't supposed to say out loud. She spoke on alleged connections between Jay-Z and Diddy that the industry has tried to bury for years. And then, just like that, the episode vanished. Pulled within 48 hours, wiped, gone like it never happened. Jaguar raised a question nobody could answer. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King on CBS and she doesn't ask a single question about the long-rumored connections involving him, Aaliyah, and R. Kelly? How does that interview happen without addressing the elephant in the room? She openly called both Diddy and Jay-Z monsters, saying they allegedly ruled the industry with an iron grip for decades. And then there's the Aaliyah conspiracy that refuses to fade away. Some people, not proven, just talked about, believe Jay-Z or Beyonce may have had involvement in Aaliyah's tragic plane crash. The theory claims Aaliyah was getting close to Jay-Z, and someone viewed her as a threat. Jaguar Wright alleged that Jay-Z was responsible for putting Aaliyah on that faulty plane, a claim that remains unverified and strongly disputed. The rumor suggests her rejection cleared space for Beyonce, who was still fighting for her spot at the time. Again, none of this is confirmed, But here's what people notice. Jay-Z has never publicly addressed these rumors. And in this world, silence speaks loud. And here's one more detail that made people pause. When Diddy was charged and alleged victims began filing lawsuits, guess whose lawyer reportedly showed up? Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's personal lawyer. Suddenly, his name starts popping up all over Diddy's legal mess, and people instantly start asking questions. Why is Jay-Z's attorney showing up in cases tied to Diddy's alleged victims? Industry insiders claim this move isn't random. The talk is that it's about damage control, silencing voices, steering the narrative, and making sure certain names never see daylight. Because if Diddy starts talking, really talking, and starts naming names, a whole lot of powerful people could fall with him. And according to rumors, Jay-Z allegedly does not want that door open. Now you can't talk about Jay-Z's rise without bringing up Big L. Big L was the one who put Jay on. He introduced him to Dame Dash and helped open doors at Rockefeller Records. Talks were happening about deals for Big L and his crew. Momentum was building fast. Then suddenly, just days after those conversations started, Big L was killed in a drive-by shooting in Harlem. The case remains unsolved to this day. Jaguar Wright has claimed Big L's death was the first of several mysterious losses tied to Jay-Z's climb to the top. No proof, just allegations. But people still question the timing. Coincidence? Maybe. But when dots start lining up, the pattern gets harder to ignore. And now, we move up to level 2 of the pyramid. And this is where things get even darker. Now we're stepping into level 2 of the pyramid. Oprah Winfrey and Clive Davis. These are names many people call the real power brokers of entertainment. Let's start with Oprah. She's been photographed alongside Harvey Weinstein multiple times. Not quick photo ops, but repeated appearances at events where they stood close and friendly. She promoted projects tied to him and showed public support, even while rumors about Weinstein were already buzzing all through Hollywood. Survivors were desperate for someone with Oprah's platform to speak up. Instead, she stayed quiet. And that silence made people question whether she was protecting the system instead of challenging it. Then there's the South Africa school controversy. Oprah put around $40 million into a girls' school meant to be her legacy project. But not long after opening, multiple students accused a dorm matron, Virginia Makopo, of abuse. Oprah flew in, fired staff, and addressed the situation emotionally on camera. Critics, however, said parts of the story never fully added up. The question people still ask is simple. Did Oprah know more than she admitted? Now old photos are resurfacing showing Oprah at private industry events where Diddy was also present. Commentators like Jaguar Wright and Dr. Umar Johnson have hinted that Oprah holds quiet but serious power in Hollywood. Not loud power, silent power. The kind that makes people think twice before speaking out. The kind that can shut doors fast with a single phone call. Now let's talk about Clive Davis. This man is 92 years old and has been embedded in the music industry forever. He founded Arista Records back in 1974 and helped launch careers for legends like Billy Joel, Janis Joplin, and Carlos Santana. His influence runs deep and wide. Clive publicly came out as bisexual years ago, but here's where things start getting messy. Hip-hop mogul Suge Knight has claimed for years that Clive Davis and Diddy were more than just mentor and protege. According to Suge, Clive allegedly told him directly that he and Puff were extremely close. Suge claimed that when he asked what close really meant, Clive allegedly made it clear they were lovers, not just business partners. That claim alone raised eyebrows across the industry. And here's something people still point to. When a reporter tried to ask Clive about Diddy at a public event.
Next thing you know, she's f***ing Ray J. And in Grammy time,
that happened.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight.
Clive reportedly got visibly nervous and refused to answer the question. No denial, no clarification, just silence. That reaction made people start talking. Then there's the long-running Whitney Houston controversy. Some people still believe Clive Davis and Ray J were connected to events surrounding Whitney's death. Not proven, just heavily debated. Reports say Whitney had a major argument with Clive just 2 days before she passed. Her daughter Bobby Christina was allegedly present during that conflict, and Ray J was reportedly the last person to see Whitney alive. These claims remain unconfirmed, but the questions never stopped. Some allegations go even further. Certain claims suggest someone allegedly allowed a known drug supplier into Whitney Houston's room, the person some believe delivered the fatal substances. Whitney's family members, including Bobby Brown's sister, have publicly claimed Whitney was physically harmed and didn't simply pass away in a bathtub like the official report states. Those family members have said they believe she was murdered. These are serious claims, not confirmed facts, but they've circulated for years and refused to fade. So here's the question people keep asking. With decades of rumors, accusations, and unanswered questions surrounding Clive Davis, why has he never been arrested? Never charged? Never officially investigated in a public way? Many believe Diddy is the fall guy. The theory is that he's absorbing the pressure to protect someone higher up, someone who's been operating quietly behind the scenes this entire time. And now we reach the very top of the pyramid. And this is the name that shocked everybody. Bishop T.D. Jakes. Yeah, a pastor, a man of faith, a preacher who speaks to thousands every single week. For months, 50 Cent has been dropping hints about T.D. Jakes on social media. Post after post, subtle references, no direct accusations, just enough to make people pay attention. The theory causing waves is this: if corruption truly reached the pulpit, then this alleged blackmail operation would be bigger than Epstein. Way bigger. The idea is that Diddy needed legitimacy. He needed cover. Someone respected, trusted, and untouchable to help clean his image. And some speculate that's where T.D. Jakes allegedly came in. In part 4 of 50 Cent's Diddy documentary, viewers noticed something strange. Clips of T.D. Jakes were strategically placed throughout the episode. When Lil Rod spoke about waking up sore after attending Diddy's parties, a clip of T.D. Jakes suddenly appeared talking about a love rampage. Many viewers believe 50 Cent added those clips on purpose, not by accident, but as a loud, silent message. People believe he's connecting the dots right in front of us, and Cat Williams warned everyone about this long before now. He said 2024 would be the year all lies come out no matter who you are. Diddy, T.D. Jakes, Jay-Z, nobody gets a pass. Everything hidden was supposed to be exposed, period. And when T.D. Jakes was confronted about the Diddy-related allegations, his response sent shockwaves. He didn't deny it. He didn't push back hard. He simply said, keep it moving. Then it got even stranger. He said that even if everything were true, all he would have to do is repent. He claimed there was enough power in the blood to cover all kinds of sins, but then added he didn't even need to repent over this. The internet went nuclear. People immediately said that response felt off. Critics argued that an innocent person denies accusations outright. They don't talk about repentance for something they say didn't happen. Then Jaguar Wright dropped even more explosive claims. She said if Bishop Jakes ever attended a Diddy party, there were only 2 reasons: money or sex. According to her, nothing else happens at those events. She also claimed that Cassie allegedly handed over a massive amount of evidence to federal investigators: videotapes, audio recordings, footage from Diddy's parties. These materials allegedly show powerful politicians, artists, and entertainers doing things they never expected the public to see. None of this is confirmed, but the claims have people watching closely. Here's the part that people say is the most disturbing. Jaguar Wright claimed that multiple adult male escorts have allegedly come forward, saying Bishop T.D. Jakes was present at certain parties and involved in private activity. These are accusations, not proven facts, but they spread fast and raised serious concern. She also claimed that a young man, now an adult, has allegedly hired legal representation and is preparing to take legal action against T.D. Jakes, according to church insiders. The claim is that something inappropriate allegedly happened years ago and the situation was quietly handled at the time. According to these unverified stories, the young man's parents were allegedly paid to stay silent back in 2015. Now that he's grown, people say he wants answers and accountability, and he's no longer aligned with decisions made on his behalf back then. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, has spoken on this too.
People in the music and entertainment industry had to know that Diddy was like abusing, kids basically, and yet they still fed him kids. And where's the accountability?
There had to be rumors. There had to be. They
had to know.
Yeah,
they had to know.
Cat Williams was talking about it on
exactly.
Yeah, on that podcast.
But like, it's like who's feeding him the kids?
Right. Yeah. And what videos do they have of these people where they're willing to defend him and they're willing to keep quiet about all this? Like how many people were compromised?
Yeah.
The whole thing is crazy.
Crazy.
He questioned why a religious leader would be present at events where drinking and adult behavior were happening openly. Gene said it's hard to explain unless T.D. Jakes was somehow connected to what was going on. He also claimed he's heard rumors that tapes may surface in the future, and if they do, people believe they could change everything. Again, these are allegations, but the pressure keeps building. No more guessing, no more loose theories. This is being framed as cold, hard evidence by the people talking about it. And now it gets even bigger, because this doesn't stop with Diddy. Elon Musk connected it to something far wider, the Epstein connection. When Elon sat down with Joe Rogan, the conversation didn't stay on celebrities. They started talking about why so many billionaires are openly backing Kamala Harris. And according to Elon, it's not about policy or loyalty. He said it's about panic. The claim is this: if Trump wins, there's a real possibility the Epstein client list could be unsealed, and if that happens, some of the richest and most powerful people on the planet could be exposed. Their secrets wouldn't stay hidden anymore. Everything would be out in the open. Joe Rogan even asked Elon if LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman appeared uncomfortable during related discussions. Elon answered with just one word: yes. Then Joe dropped another comparison that shook people up. He compared Diddy's alleged operation to Epstein's so-called compromise system. The claim is that both allegedly recorded powerful people in compromising situations and then used that footage as leverage to control them through fear and silence. The most terrifying question people keep asking is this: who was allegedly supplying Diddy with young people? And how many powerful names are locked away on those tapes? That's the part nobody wants to answer. Even Melinda Gates dropped what many see as a massive clue. One of the key reasons she left Bill Gates was his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and that was after Epstein was already a convicted offender. Melinda reportedly met Epstein once and said she felt pure evil just being in the same room with him. If that connection was serious enough for her to walk away from one of the richest men on earth, people wonder what she must have known. What did she see years before the public caught on? That question still hangs heavy. Dave Chappelle tried to warn people too.
How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing.
He said the entertainment industry is a monster, the same monster the Me Too movement was trying to expose. When people asked why he didn't just move Chappelle's show to another network, his answer hit different. He said, why would a slave run from one plantation to another just because the master might be nicer? You're still trapped. Dave admitted he felt boxed in by the system. And if someone as powerful and successful as Dave Chappelle felt trapped, what does that say about everyone else still inside that machine? This story is nowhere near finished. More names are expected to surface, more material could leak, and more truth is likely coming out whether people like it or not. The pressure isn't slowing down, it's building. So here's the real question for you. Do you believe TD Jakes sits at the top of this pyramid, or do you think there's an even bigger name still hiding in the shadows? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is just getting started. And if you thought this was wild, trust me, the next video goes even deeper. We're breaking down the next wave of names people are talking about, from Meek Mill to Ashton Kutcher to Naomi Campbell. The list keeps growing, and the claims keep stacking up. This is only the beginning. We'll be here covering every twist, every update, and every major reveal as this story continues to unfold. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone who needs to see it, and comment what you think is really going on. Stay locked in up there, and I'll see you in the next one.